Okay, we are recording, and it is the final fight at the end of the world. Elijah Shun is dead. Odyssey gave us a big good heal at the very top of the last session before continuing attuning to the Cloak of the Starmiter as we are fighting a corrupted Karul and a Sand Devil and the Eye of Alan and also a green dragon named Berlorolith.
Sorry, that's my fault. Yes. So much is going on.
Cass called a Shadow Dragon, Zoltan von Biro, to our aid against R'hllorelith. And the battle is super gnarly. We're all very, very hurt. Cass is down with 2 failed death saves. Allstair pleads with Karul. Right before Karul casts Power Word Kill, Loran is feral, and that's my recap, guys.
Wonderful. Okay. Love that. I love that so much. As I said before we started this session, there are a few people here who cannot speak for themselves during the game. So before we fully get into combat, I would really love to hear from, first of all, Lily, if you are there.
I'm here.
Your mic. Oh, your mic.
We're in the same room.
I
know.
Hello.
Hello.
I am dead.
Lily,
Ooh.
how do you feel about Allstair's passing?
I am coping with humour.
Indeed.
Which is usually a bad sign. I trust you guys to do a good job. I hope he can come back. I feel like he still has a lot to do. So
Indeed.
keep me on the island, guys.
Keep me on the island. Okay, and then of course we also have. Should we swap back microphones?
Yeah.
Georgia, on many a failed death save, you may still be saved. But how are you feeling in this moment?
Not great. Like, I don't think that was Cass's final moment in the game, but maybe it was, because you don't get to choose when you die.
No.
And a bit weird to think that if she does fail her next death save, I don't know where that leaves her in. I don't know where that leaves her soul. So part of me kind of wants her to die, because I'd be the chaotic person that I am. I'd like to see what happens.
Indeed.
But
we can only. You were a little bit. Your Wi-Fi's a little bit shot, but I think I got the gist of that whole sitch. But yes, it is not a good time for many of us here. But nonetheless, we persevere, and as we persevere, we put on the one, the only death music. So, taking us back to.
Sorry, I'm back. Did anyone hear what I said, or did I cut out?
You did glitch out. I don't know what your Wi-Fi was, but I basically assumed you said you weren't feeling amazing and you were hoping that Cass doesn't die, even though you kind of hope that Cass does die, because it would be really epic and it'd be confusing as to what happens to her soul after.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Right. Bringing us back. Sleia, beside you, you see Cass fall, motionless on the ground, still just about breathing. Bluey, you don't really see what's happened. George, can you mute just whilst you sort your dice a little bit louder? There you go. Sorry. That's good. Bluey, ahead of you, standing on the back of the carpet as you are, you see Karul towering over your vision, just blocking Allstair from view. But you see Loran ahead of you first, and you hear the rattle of his breath, and then the most... how do I even describe it? Visceral scream like his vocal cords are shredding in his throat, one by one, and he falls to his knees. And Karul, standing in all of this chaos, the waters churning around you, still writhing from the aftermath of Ulster's tsunami, blood red now, and just crashing to the ground, with dragons overhead, the sounds of weird warping rifts. Yes, I know. Rifts. All of that cacophony is deafened for you two by the shock of seeing two of your party members fall in quick succession, and seeing one of them, as Karul moves aside, looking around at the group with his head held high and his neck exposed, showing sinew almost kind of knitting itself together, but not quite. Ulster's body behind him just falls face first into the water, dead and unmoving. And the first beside him, as he is the closest, only 5 feet away when this happened, and yet still unable to stop it. But next in the initiative order, conveniently enough, is Sarazar, who, seeing this and hearing Loran scream, is for a moment shocked, unable to respond. And Bluey, he looks over at you and down at the carpet that you're standing on, and he lunges forward and he grabs Ulster's body, pulling it into his arms from the water, just sodden all the way up to his chest now, even though it's not that deep here. And he starts pulling him, trying to evade Karul, who is gleefully looming, watching him struggle through the water, fighting his own sorrow and grief, knowing that even if he gets that far, all the way to the carpet, he is confident that Ulster will stay dead. Sarazar is able to move him over to Loran, who just scrabbles off to the side of the carpet and helps him pull Ulster's body up. They're still within reach of Karul, who is just watching. Nothing but satisfaction on his face. Barry is next in the initiative order, Cass, and I have a feeling that as you are unconscious, he is just going to hiss and continue to writhe and slide around Odyssey like a shield protecting him. Unfortunately, right after that comes another foe. No time to mourn, and no time even really to process the fact that Ulster has died. You're immediately thrown from the pan straight into the fire, as it is Lorelith's turn. But in mourning and to honor the fact that you've just lost a comrade, if any of you wish to speak to one another, to say anything, communicate anything, I will allow it in this time.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, sorry. That mostly is directed at Bluey and Slia.
Did Odyssey get to have his turn as well, or is he just cloaking?
Odyssey's last in the round.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I got those two confused then.
That's fine.
Because Cass is technically not dead yet, does the telepathic bond, is it still active?
Is it a concentration spell?
No,
I don't think
it's
it
not.
is.
It's
Then
not.
it's still active, yes. Wait,
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna do that on top of green dragon's turn. That's what's written as in my notes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, Slee's just doesn't have anything. Wait, I guess maybe she might ask if Bluey can get Ulster here.
And Blue would say, "Can you do anything?"
Yes, I still have enough diamonds that I could bring them back.
Okay.
Can tell Slayer's really broken up.
Slee is in shock. Slee is not emoting.
Loran, Sarah's, Bluey, and Brian's body are all on the carpet right now. Is that correct, or is Bluey elsewhere?
Yes, it's not your turn, just so you're aware.
Also, I am tearing up. You just can't see it.
I'm going to say that's about as much as you guys can communicate to one another.
Okay.
Now, shocked as you are, you do not quite see. Oh yeah, don't worry. You do not quite yet see what's happening behind you, but you hear it as your shock subsides and there is that rush of water, blood red tsunami falling all around you. It starts to swell and drown the whole of the sandbank. And in doing so, with both Lorelei and Alan touching its surface, it pulls them down, ripping them both from the sky and takes them with it. Ulster, from beyond the grave, would you please roll me the falling damage?
Can I use a dice for that?
For
They fall.
the dragon and for Alan, please.
Yeah. Wait, you want to do separate ones?
No, you can use the same.
Okay, hold on.
So are they both 80 feet up?
They are 300. They are 80 feet. Alan was 80 feet up, and
Which means 8d6.
Lorelei would also be up.
No, they were 250 feet up.
Oh, you mean they had to
Were
rise
they?
to avoid the top of the tsunami?
I'm confused. What? The tsunami was 300 feet originally. It dropped by 50 feet.
Okay, cool.
But
Then
if they were touching it, they would have been dragged into it.
okay, then that's 200. That's 25d6.
So I am just calculating. 25 times.
Does
There's a
falling
nice
damage-
amount of dice to roll.
Does falling damage have a cap of dice?
No,
It doesn't tell me the total.
use the Google one. Just do Google. Google 25d6, and it'll come up. There is no cap, because there is no limit on how far you can fall.
You can also just go to the D&D Beyond digital dice roller and just click on enough like D6s for 26.
It's right. It's 97.
97 damage.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Right, so, guys.
He might have died, but he went out with a bang.
Hang on. Give me a moment.
Falling damage. Only cats are immune to falling damage.
It's true. Well, the rat.
Yeah, but he was already dead, Emma.
Oopsie. That was a joke.
That was not nice.
Ooh. Okay. So, 46, 97. As you all turn around at the sound of this falling tsunami, you just see being pulled down with it a green dragon, its back kind of first, spine all curled in on itself, wings flung up into the air, and it just hits the ground with a smash. And I will say, because this is an area effect, I will need Cass, you're gonna
Oh my! You're going to kill Cass with this? No.
How would it affect?
There's water everywhere, so they're going to need to make dexterity saving throws or be thrown prone. That's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. She's already
Cass
thrown.
and Odyssey and Celia, can you guys all make me dexterity saving throws? Cass, you're already prone, so
Still
you're going to
floating.
be pushed. Can you roll me, please?
They see me roll.
Can you roll me, please, the D100, but only the 100 dice, please?
70.
17. Okay. Celia?
Slea's was a 17.
17. Okay. And then of Odyssey. Oh,
Shall I roll for Barry?
please roll for Barry. Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to check something.
Rolling. They see me hate it. No. Dexterity saving throw, you said?
Yeah, just because the force of this water is going to catch you guys a
Think.
little bit.
Well, that's not going to be enough. He rolled a 9, and I think it's a +2. I'm just waiting for the stats to arrive. But I think it's either an 11 or a 12, which won't be good enough.
Okay. Well, for you, Cass. Hang on a second. 5, 10. Oops, this music is not quite Dungeons and Dragons relative. Excuse me. Nice. I'm going to have you go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So, Cass, you are pushed 70 feet. I probably should have made you in a straight line. Yeah, that's in a straight line.
Cass is going for a ride.
She's just like, wee! Everybody else is on the carpet except Coral, who I will also roll from. Coral is also going to be pushed.
Haha.
Haha, indeed. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so he is pushed and kind of finds purchase on a large rock that kind of like has managed to evade the flooding of this island. Slia, you passed? So you're only going to be pushed 35 feet. A straight line away from the tsunami. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So you're currently sort of like suspended waist deep in the ocean. And then
It's a bit bloody.
yeah. Odyssey is also going to be pushed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Next to you, Slia. Along with Barry. Barry failed, right, Cass?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You may be floating face up in the sea, but Barry is right there with you. Wonderful. Right, okay. Now, something else happens as Roloralife smashes down, taking a massive amount of damage. His wings kind of like cracking. And you see there's this kind of like just pool of like neon, like sulfurous green around him. Still alive. Beside him, you see the eye blink, squinting almost as the brine kind of seeps into it, and that too is pulled down to the ground. 97 points of damage?
Yeah.
We all get to what happens with that. But for now,
That's the most damage I've ever done, and I'm dead.
you are dead indeed.
Good job, Dead All-Star.
As the green dragon falls, it manages to curl itself around and push itself up from prone. it is the green dragon's turn, and it looks around, and it just snarls widely.
It attacks the ocean because the ocean attacked it.
Not exactly.
Emma, sorry, just to clarify quickly, last game I thought R'hllora Life was female. Now R'hllora Life is male. Is R'hllora Life?
R'hllora Life is gender fluid.
Gender fluid.
No, I was going to say or are they gender fluid and it
No,
depends?
you're right. I got it wrong. I've just been Sorelloras is around the corner.
Right, no, it's absolutely fine. I just wanted to make sure that I was gendering the evil dragon.
No, that's my mistake. I realised as I was saying it, I was like, this doesn't feel quite right. But I can't remember. That's fine, don't worry. No, that's completely my mistake. Right, anyway, back to this. R'hllora Life pushes itself around and looks ahead, seeing a cluster of people over just to the side of where Cass is going to head towards them, and it is going to make 3 attacks.
Is this the carpet people?
Well, give me a moment. I just need to check something before I commit to this. So it's going to shamble over, pushing itself through the water. It is amphibious, so it does have a swimming speed. But it used 20 feet to get up from prone. So 5, 10, 15, 20. It stops in front of Odyssey and Sleia.
Sleia will tank any hits for Odyssey, just to put that out there.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Oh, wait.
First thing. Okay.
Emma's got a nervous quiver in the voice.
Yeah. First thing is going to be a bite attack as it reaches forward. It is going to choose between you or Odyssey, but I'm assuming you're going to take it whether it's Odyssey or not, so shall I just aim for you?
Yeah, let's just aim for Sleia because she's going to put herself in harm's way to protect him.
It's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I think this round is the last round that Odyssey has a plus
of damage.
Sorry.
17 points.
How many?
17 points of piercing. And then it's going to be 7 points of poison damage, please. Okay. All good?
Still hanging in there.
Good. It's going to make a... It's going to fly up an extra 5 or 10 feet just above the water, and it's going to situate itself between the carpet and the rest of you. It's Bluey. I can't see what that was.
Is there any way? Oh, that hits. Yes.
Yep. And so with the claw, that's going to be, let me see, 13 points of slashing damage. So for you, that's going to be halved.
7. That's it.
Second claw is going to be a 20.
That hits.
13 points of slashing damage again. So half. So just make it 13 for both of the two.
Oh, I did 14.
Cool. Next, it's going to whip out its... let me see. Yeah, I think it's going to be able to do. As it is flying now and it sees the carpet and it sees the shadow dragon, it's going to posture itself, trying to make itself as large as possible, and she wraps her wings back and forwards around herself, and she's going to do a wing attack. which is a legendary action.
Against the dragon.
It's going to be, it's an area of effect.
Yeah.
So I need Bluey, Loran, and Saraza to all make me dexterity saving throws, please.
I automatically fail.
You automatically fail, and you're probably going to be pushed off the carpet. But anyway.
This is just the wings. This isn't a spell.
This is a
That's-
wing attack.
That's pretty good.
Okay, what did you roll on your dex? Is that 17 total?
Total, yes.
Okay, unfortunately you fail.
Fuck.
So
Oh, fuck.
you are knocked prone onto the carpet, and you're going to take another 13d6. Sorry, 13, not
2d6.
13.
I was like, bloody hell.
13 bludgeoning damage, as well as Ulster, you fall and you just hit the water hard, followed quickly by Loran, who, even though he just failed, is going to come down with you, and he will take that damage also. 13. And he is not looking very good.
Come on, Loran.
Saraza is the only one I've rolled for yet. 13.
Also, going to come back at some point and you're all dead.
Also fails. But he doesn't look that bad. In fact, he looks fine. Other than the fact that one of his best friends and family has just died.
Yeah,
But anyway,
kind of sad.
that is going to be the dragon's turn. She uses the second half of her legendary action to fly 40 feet up into the air, taking this like red and green kind of liquid off of herself, and she just flies over to the shadow dragon. It seems, thank God, she has a different target now. And she's going to just land over here. Right. Now, believe it or not, we've only just gotten to the bottom of the initiative order.
Really awkward to play as well.
Odyssey, and someone else. As you
just want to hang out with
recover from what was an onslaught of water, of suffering, of bludgeoning damage, everything you could possibly imagine, kind of hitting you like a wall of water all at once. There is a light kind of rim of gold just off in the corner of your vision. You look over to kind of where the two curved sides of the sandbank that you're on connect. And just in between them, kind of like finishing the circle almost, you see a doorway, gleaming and golden, and just freestanding. And from that doorway, with a click and a turn of the handle, you see a whole familiar world open up before you as Ceruloras's mansion appears. Beyond the door, you see Ceruloras themselves. Their eyes are wide and glued at the sky, where the dragons are flying freely now overhead, being summoned thanks to Cass, and thanks to Bluey. And they look around, peering behind the door to see Zoltan, Von Bureau, and Lorelei preparing to lock in battle. Their expression, usually impassive, is now alive. A barely contained joy at seeing its kin returned to this world. And then they look down and see the state of you. And they go, "This doesn't look like a job for me." and they step back away from the door, leaving it closed just enough that you can still see a glimmer of light through it. And with that, Odyssey, too caught up in their own situation to really focus on what's happening, they move back as close as they could to the limit of the sand. But in coming this far forward, the cloak also has pulled the skyline along with it, sort of swallowing up more of this sandbank. And I'm going to send you guys a new map as Odyssey resumes its place at the edge of the sky. And give me just one moment, and we'll get to the top of the initiative order.
Would it also be possible? Would it also be possible to drop it in the Discord chat as well?
Discord specifically, yeah.
I could, if you want, I could copy it.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. One moment. Okay. Just going to door on there.
My pen is in the other room.
So you'll see that there is a kind of white glowing line, and that is the door kind of connecting the landmass together. It's just sending. Okay. You should have it with you now.
I have it. I will copy.
Okay. Wonderful. Right. So we now go to the very top of the order where we see few things all beginning to converge at once. So first of all, at the very top of the order, usually up until this point, you have seen Alan mindlessly, almost just without discretion, transferring that magical energy that he holds and blasting it over the lot of you. But something's different now with that massive hit of bludgeoning damage, everything he took from the tsunami and all of the battery that you have inflicted upon him up until this point. He struggles, and the eye is almost bleeding at the corners. The blood that sort of filled up the tsunami is still spreading across the sandbank and filling the horizon line and the skies. It just kind of gets pulled off in all these different wisping directions and starts like ribboning and tying around the back of this eye. It's just like, it's almost like a planet or a star in supernova. And the pupil starts darting around. And you see Karul, empowered, triumphant, still standing as the world churns and turns red around him, looking down at Ulster's body, stumble for a moment and cough, and blood just seeps from his mouth along with leaves and fungi, and they just spill forth into the ocean and spread around. And then it gives way instead. No more blood, nothing natural at all, just this coarse black sand begins to pour out of his mouth, out of his nose, out of the corners of his eyes and his ears. And what that means and what that does, you'll have to wait to see. Because Alan, for whatever reason, whether he's capable of it or not, does not regenerate Karul and does not hit you with the usual dexterity saving throw. Bluey, you're the first in the order.
Mhm.
At the top of all of this, as Odyssey yells out to you, I almost have it. Keep fighting as long as you can. And save your friends. Bluey, what do you do?
I would really love to scoop priority Ulster and somehow Saraza as well. I'd love to scoop both of them, but the priority is Ulster onto the carpet and
Yeah.
to move the carpet to Slayer. That's
That's your priority.
what would that would that be? Would one of those be a free action, or would they both be actions? Or
Okay, so with the strength, also you would know better. Your tsunami. How sort of strong do you think the aftershocks of that would be? Because I'm trying to decide whether it would be a part of the movement or a strength check.
Probably a strength check, given that the sea is still kind of churning.
Okay. So Bluey, I think if you please, could you make me a strength check with disadvantage from the carpet, or you can make it with advantage if you get off the carpet. Not with advantage, just straight up if you get off the carpet.
I mean, I don't want to fling him up. I want to bring him onto the carpet. So I'll do. It's a check.
Yeah, it's going to be a strength check, please. So you're going to get off the carpet, you're going to take him up in your arms, and you're going to fight against the ocean currents to try and pull him back
Oh,
to safety.
Can-
This is what's happening.
is it possible to lower the carpet, or would it just get caught up in the waves?
It would probably get caught up in the waves, and you would have to be making a strength check to keep control of it at that point. So I'm just thinking you probably noticed that.
Okay. That's 16.
16.
Yep.
I think you can get a good grip, but you are pushed back about 5 feet. Not enough to cause you like a complete disarray, but enough to kind of like knock you down a little bit. You do have a grip on Ulster right now, though.
Okay. Have I used an action or a free action, or what have I?
You used your movement, and I'm going to say this will kind of be the equivalent of like a grapple to try and get him. So I would consider pushing him onto the carpet as part of the kind of action.
Okay. I will. I'll then take an action to get him onto the carpet.
Okay, you move back and you manage to sort of shove his body up on there.
Okay. I've used movement up and to use action. Sarah's are still out there, and presumably I don't have control of the carpet right now because I'm off of it.
Okay. You want to go and get Saraza?
Bluey has Boots of Haste on, not for I don't think many more rounds, but if she still has it on, would she have more movement to try and get to Saraza? Maybe lead him to grab onto the carpet at least. Like
Loran's also in the water.
You have Loran and Saraza both in the water, as well as
oh,
Cass, but she's far away from you.
oh, Loran as well.
Holy Ran, no.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. I actually forgot to move Loran off to the side, but he was just next to Ulster.
Okay. So you were saying when Loran fell in that he looked quite bad. Is Saraza looking much better?
Yes. And I think you would have noticed, but when you managed to pull Ulster out of the sea, Loran like screamed at you.
Okay. I will try instead to get Loran onto the carpet. So if that's more of my movement, or if that's an action, then I'll do that. Whichever that is.
I think it's going to be a case of you moving to Loran, and you would have to. Do you have like extra action or an action surge or something like that if you wanted to get
I
him
do
on.
have an action surge, so I can do that.
Okay, you can also get Loran onto the carpet.
Another strength check disadvantage.
Well, I'm going to say this one's going to be just a straight strength check because Loran is alive. Ulster was dead weight. Sorry.
Thanks.
I love you.
Love you.
I've got. Oh, do I use my reroll? I think. Oh,
Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to say something to you as Loran? Because if you grab him, Loran would just say, "Get him out of here!"
Blue. I'm gonna indomitable because I rolled a nat 1, so I'm gonna roll again.
You're going to do it, okay?
Come on. That's a 19 strength.
Okay, that's fine. Loran is up on the carpet, and immediately he just falls over Ulster, and just like shields his body with his own. Bluey, you are still in the water, just so you're aware. You can move up to the carpet with your boots of haste. You haven't moved that much. Do you want to do that?
I don't.
Or do you want to wait for Sarah's? Sarah's is also in the water.
But I can't help Saraza onto the carpet I can't help Saraza onto the carpet this turn, can I?
No.
Well, I'm not sure what the use of. Okay, the dragons are off to that side. Alan's up there. And this is. The carpet would be going towards Slayer, towards that part of the shoreline.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Bluey is going to stay in. Oh, I think she'll stay in the water
Okay, cool. Good. Your
and
decision.
start heading towards Reloralife and Sultan von Vera. And on the way, she will do second wind to gain some HP.
Okay. Just so you're okay, you want to head over there? All right.
On the carpet.
In the
No,
water.
in the water.
What are you doing?
15. Okay, Bluey, you probably can only just get to the shoreline because of the boots of haste
The water
and
swimming.
water swimming speed. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
right, Bluey, you are done, and as
You're done.
you're done.
You're done. You're done.
Use 3
As you wrap up your turn, you kind of pull yourself out up the sand into what little of the actual sand above water there is left. You look back, and it is supposedly Slayer's turn. However, as always, things don't go exactly according to plan, do they?
Wait, I could have fucking flown the carpet, couldn't I? If I got on, I could have.
So, as you reach the shoreline, you hear a loud kind of choking sound, and all of you see Karul laughing, the last of the sand kind of pouring from his mouth, and he says, "Well, at least I managed to do it this time. Waste as much effort as you like, trying to spirit him away. But I will have him." And at that point, he is going to use his legendary action to teleport
No.
over to the carpet.
No!
Will you leave? my best friend alone. If I could, I would spit on you, but I can't. This is to Karul, not Emma. But I suppose
Harry
credit to
Styles.
Emma.
Just hopping over to Venice to spit on Karul.
Karul looks down as Loran throws himself basically in front of Ulster's body. And he says, "You've always been like this, you two. Falling all over each other. Little good it'll do now. Loran, you ended up a lot more like me than you realised. You wanted to live in your own world with only him alive. Try and convince yourself otherwise. Try and erase your memory so that you can forget the kind of person you became. At the end of the day, he was the only one who mattered to you. And in some ways, that is also true for me. Because his existence is by my design. He lives because I allow him to live. He dies when I let him die. I think it's about time I took control.
Oh no.
And just stopped him from coming back. On his own terms, at least. And he's going to throw Loran aside, reach down and take Ulster's body by the throat. And he's just going to stare at it. And you recognize the fire behind his eyes, that immolating gaze that didn't work all those times before. Ulster's strength and wisdom managing to throw it off. And you see his hands beginning to glow as Ulster's neck begins to bubble and burn and begin to calcify and turn to carbon. Immolating gaze is a nasty thing. Usually, Ulster, you would make a wisdom saving throw to defend from it. But as you see the sort of sinew, the veins, his windpipe begin to boil and melt, all the while Loran screaming in the background, there is a spark, and the fire in Karul dies. Sand again pouring from him. He stumbles back, and you see his arm slough off. And when it hits the water, it disintegrates like a wad of paper. And he looks over to Alan and he says, "No, not yet. Not yet, you coward. Give me your power." And Ulster's body, the head almost decapitated, but not quite, falls back to the ground, and Karul begins as he walks towards Alan through the water, his knees now beginning to tremble as his limbs just slough apart, him breaking until he reaches the night skyline that is the cloak of the Star Martyr. He crawls his way over to where Alan's eye has now been pulled to the ground and is almost exploding. He reaches forwards. Just the one arm, his head his torso, his lower body remain intact when he finally makes it there. And he touches the eye, and you see its power just kind of wash over him as he turns golden red, almost like burning gold. And we will get back to that, because that was simply his legendary action. Slia, it's your go.
Did Brian fall in the water?
Brian Ulster is still in the water.
And the
No,
Rand's
sorry,
in the
no.
water too.
Brian would be on the carpet at this point. Karul has walked, slothed his way as close to Alan as possible. And we'll get to that. But Ulster's on the carpet. Slia, you're in the water. Cass is below you on 2 failed death saves. Ulster is dead on the carpet. You have enough diamonds. What you going to do?
I have enough diamonds. Well, technically, except for that. Can you bring Ulster back from that?
Who knows?
Just know that if Cass was alive or could speak, she would
No.
say Brian.
No, you can't do this.
But also, Ulster died to save Cass, and Cass's soul's gonna go to a demon. So,
Guys, I
I have already like made this decision. So table talk aside, Slia only has really one option she can do, which is she's going to swim to the beach because she knows she'll be faster on land.
Okay.
Which I think is only 10 feet of her movement.
Yeah.
And then she's going to dash over to Cass, which I know is her action. So I'm going to Wait! Oh my gosh! Sorry, I realized Slia has a thing she can do. Slia has a thing she can do.
Oh,
It's a special
bonus action healing word as well.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I have a special type of healing word too.
healing essay.
Healing dissertation.
Healing excellent.
Slia didn't even have to run because whenever there's an unconscious creature with 0 HP within 60 feet of you, I can cast Healing Word without expending a spell slot.
Nice.
Cass.
So, Slia is going to probably look over at, Cass and Ulster and rushes for, Cass while she casts Healing Word. And, you take 8 HP back.
Yay!
Cass, you pop up from unconscious with 8 HP.
Ooh,
You live.
okay. I live. For now.
I lived.
Leave!
I leave.
But yeah, that's action,
Not me.
bonus action, done. Movement. Yeah.
Hang on, sorry. One sec.
It's fine. Cass, you pop up from near death, look around, and you see bits of Karul just bobbing about in the water. But you also see Ulster is dead, and Loran is just sobbing over him. Can you mute for 1 second?
Yeah.
I'm just my sister's just made me a lunch. I'm just gonna go grab it. I'll literally go down, come back up. I'll be one second.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can hear myself. Oh no, why is that?
Okay.
Aylin, did you hear me twice?
Oh, you were doing it. Hello. Sorry. No. We were just muting because I needed to check in with Ulster Game on Dehane. He obviously is not particularly present, so I wanted to make sure. Now, it is Cass's go, but It's fine because the green dragon has legendary actions. So
Bit rude.
no.
I agree. Rude
Oh.
indeed.
No, but the green dragon will be fighting Zoltan, so
Yeah. That's only going to partially hurt you guys. So first of all, it's going to do its poisonous gas weapon, where it's going to exhale a poisonous gas in a 60-foot cone.
I'm going to let's do poison everyone.
You bet.
Hey, is a certain dragonborn in that 60-foot cone?
Hang on. It's going to just check. Well, it's mostly, probably, but it's also mostly attacking Zoltan, so it's not necessarily going to fire. Hang on, I just need to check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. True. Hang on, surely that's not right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, I thought it was wrong. Luckily, my good friend, you are not within that cone. This is for Zoltan's. This is for Zoltan.
Hmm. Out of interest, on the map, where on those images of the dragons is there like center? Is it like
The
the
mouths,
head or? Okay,
because the mouths are where their weapons, their breath weapon will come from.
yeah.
So from that point, obviously they are big enough to basically encompass the space that they take up on the map, give or take a couple of feet. But for any breath weapon purposes, so long as you're as that distance away from the mouth, specifically, that is kind of how far they can go with it.
Cool.
The tails are a different story. So, Bluey, for example, if the shadow dragon wants to attack your tail, then he will. Right. Now, the breath weapon isn't going to hurt any of you guys. Lucky. But that is the only thing it can do with its legendary action at the moment, just because it takes up a lot of effort. And we're still waiting for Cass to come back. So Zoltan's goes after Cass, and it's not going to affect Cass. So if you guys are okay with it, I will just do Zoltan's turn. Is that all right?
All
I think
good.
that would be alright.
Okay. So
Okay. George is back.
that's fine. So he is going to Doobie-doobie-doo-bop. He is going to fly back, trying to escape the poison breath, which did actually do a fair number on him, taking 56 total, which is a big yikes. Back 5, 10, 15, 20. Bluey, you press yourself to the ground as you feel the force of his wings kind of like make you double and buckle over the turmoil? No, the turbines in the air almost, just kind of like pressing you down. He's going to fly back out of the breath weapon's reach, and then Zoltan is going to do that. Let me see. I don't know. He would have shadow breathed before and tried to. Oh my god, is that Lala? The chicken, La! Everybody, stop. Look at this. He is a chicken.
That's amazing.
So cute.
He is a chicken.
Yeah. You're back! Good, we can stop doing this. I was just delaying. Okay, cool.
Oh no, yeah, Anna said I was back.
Oh! I'm so sorry. I
You
completely
must have missed it, sorry.
I know, I missed that. Apology. Right. So, just so you're all aware, Zoltan von Biro has used its shadow weapon on Lorelei, but it beats the con save, so it only takes half of 56, which I believe is 28.
That sounds right.
Good.
Go with it.
Nice. Cass, it is your go. You have 8 hit points.
Right.
Huzzah!
My D&D Beyond is not loading at all because something is really weird with our internet today. So I don't even know. I don't think I've actually used any of my big spells yet. Okay,
I can
so
just for you if you like.
we've got so Cass is gonna first Cass is gonna get up. So she's gonna use half her movement to get up from prone. She's going to look around.
I've changed your hit points on D&D Beyond for you.
Thank you, because it's just not working for me.
Don't worry.
Oh god, okay. She wants to help Brian, but she doesn't know what she can do to actually help because she's not very good at healing. So it's not, and he's dead. So I think she's just gonna. I don't know what to do. Where is the orb of dragonkind?
That's a
It
really
is
good question.
now actually where, unfortunately, because you were knocked unconscious, it would have been dropped where you fell, which is now behind the cloak of the Star Hunter.
So it's quite far away.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at the video.
It's really annoying that I can't look at my spells. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my internet today.
Sorry, I can look at your spells. Do you want me to tell you what you have available?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Do you want to heal yourself, or do you want to attempt to attack, defend?
Even I don't really have much healing for myself. It would only like
cure
it's
wounds
not even-
yourself at 5th level if you wish to.
Yeah, you know what?
You got 8
You do
HP.
also
You
you do also have a
dimension door if
second
you want
wind.
to you could dimension door if you want to get up close to to someone as well. That's all
Yeah.
available. You have chromatic orb if you want to attack. You have blight if you want to attack. You have polymorph if you would rather polymorph yourself to get extra HP.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm tempted to. Can I polymorph into a dinosaur?
You could be a
T-Rex.
T-Rex. Yeah.
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 I'll send you the stats by Facebook.
You just have to
Yeah,
maintain concentration.
Or can you
I'm
get
gonna
that?
polymorph into T-Rex because then I might be big enough to actually do a little bit of damage to the Relora
The
life.
dragon.
At the minute, gonna polymorph. Oh, I've never polymorphed before. This is fun.
This is
Wow.
This is a very good move.
Neat. Okay. So I'm just going to send you the stats.
Classic T-Rex polymorph saved Bluey's life in the ritual combat.
It did.
I mean,
So-
Cass has been a T-Rex before, but she's never
Yeah.
been the one to turn herself into it.
Cass, you now have 136 hit points. Your speed is 50 feet, so you can move still if you wish to.
Okay.
You have a strength +7, and you have multi-attack, which is what you
Okay,
can do.
in that case, I'm gonna move so that I am. I can't. Where's the map? I'm gonna move. Can I move so that I position myself between my friends and the dragons?
Yes, just let me get you a T-Rex icon.
Great. I want to be sort of. So you know where there's. So you've got the X, and you've got the door. You've got
Yes,
the
sorry,
two
the
jets.
X is supposed to be Allstair's dead body, but I forgot to move it.
Okay,
Sorry.
I think I'm gonna stand. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put myself. I don't know how far my reach is. If I stand next to Zoltan von Bureau, sort of, so that would I then be able to reach Karul and Relora Life? I don't know how far the reach is for a T-Rex.
50, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 25, 50. You can't get up to them yet, but you can get within enough space that in your next turn you could attack them.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to be positioned.
You have to go around. If you go through the water, you won't be. You be at half speed.
Okay.
Let me check. Let me just check.
No, I just want to get I want to get in a position where I can attack both Karul and Relora. Wait, is Karul? Wait, Karul's. I think it's an old map. Karul's now next to Alarm, isn't he?
Let me send you a new map.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me send me a new map so I can, because that might actually affect my decision.
Anna, would you mind sending the update as well?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Anna, thank you for sending the maps.
I have a question.
You bet.
The time between each of our actions is 6 seconds, or is the whole round only 6 seconds?
So a round is it's
The
6
whole
seconds.
round should be 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Yeah. It's 6 seconds, and then a minute spell lasts 10 rounds. Okay, the map is now in the chat. In the chat, there's a T-Rex next to Sophia. Sick.
Okay, good to know, because that is quite a bit different. If I flank Volton von Bureau, would we then get flanking attacks against Relora Life?
Yes. In order to do that, you'd have to go. Relora Life would have to come closer, which it looks like they could, just so that you would be fully on the other side. But yes, that's
okay. So I want to flank Volton von Bureau, but slightly on the left, so that I can attack Karul and then hopefully Relora Life when she gets closer.
Okay. In order to flank, you have to be. You'd have to be like in like a triangle formation. So you won't be able. You can choose to get Alan and Karul or Relora Life.
Alan and Karul, those are my targets.
Sure.
But Relora Life could fuck her right now. I have a vendetta. He just killed my best friend, and he's claimed has got my soul. I'm going after those two.
Okay, you can move up to next Odyssey, which means you can go.
Yeah,
beyond
I'm gonna protect Odyssey. I'm gonna be my body. Alan and Karul is my target. Okay, but I take it. I can't attack anyway because I polymorphed, so I've had my action anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Next up then in the round, because we already skipped ahead and did Zoltan's turn. We have to go somewhere else.
Oh.
Just give me a moment. Also,
Ah!
you can put your camera on.
Hey guys.
Oh,
I don't think I can even make it black and white. Anyway.
fine. You can blur the background if you wish to.
That's right.
Also, you're back in a familiar sea of darkness. And in the darkness, you are not alone. Above and below you, you see the indescribably large, shadowed bodies of dead gods floating through the astral sea, their outlines only just visible. Every now and again, you see bodies you want to reach out to, but they pass you as if unseeing. And then through that darkness, you see a square of golden light and a door that opens.
I will swim.
You try, but your limbs are heavy, and unlike before, you cannot move for yourself. When you try to speak, to call out, your tongue is lead, and you cannot verbalize anything. And there is a flash of brightness that burns your vision to blindness, and then it's gone. But you hear the rustling of wings beside you. And through the darkness, a voice, familiar. I popped in just to see. I know it's hard for you to respond, but I can read what is left of your mind, so no fretting. It's a shame to find you here, All-Star, Game On, Dehane, and you can respond in your mind if you wish to.
Is this the end?
Zorella asks, throws their wings, and then you see their large form just kind of like curl around you, and it's just their cheek. Scaled and shadowed. That is not up to me or you. But I can tell this is different from the last time, isn't it?
I'm tired.
With just his snout, he kind of reaches down and worries at your hand until it flops over, and you see your fingerprints. The lines of your palm are just fading. Colourless like the rest of you.
Is Cass alive?
Not when I last saw her. She was unconscious. We left rather promptly. It did not seem there was much I could do there. There was more to be done by others. But I left the door open. That's my secret. I can have multiple. Now. I can even come here, though I have to come alone. I don't always come to see you. People like you. And with a nudge, again, your head lolls back. It's almost painful, and you see a humanoid figure floating with long hair, a formless robe just drifting around them. And their face is grey, and their features are sharp. They remind you of Sorelleras in a way. You can't put your finger on it. And Sorelleras says to you, Zoltan von Biro. He lives in all but Syl. If your friends tally much longer, then perhaps it will be like that when you come back. A shadow of your former self.
Orster doesn't say anything.
Sorelleras swims around you, and then you feel your chest kind of rise as they take you on their back between their wingspan. And they say, there is a lot that can be held in a contract. A whole soul. A fragment. A memory. Intangible. It does not serve me or my kind if you spend too long festering here. So I will stay with you. Perhaps I can keep your soul together, at least until your friends bring you home.
Also, just holds on to whatever he can of Solaras.
You only have really just your palms pressed against their sails, and then you feel their wings beat, and there is movement, and your sense of touch is reawakened, and you can feel the rush of souls around you like air. And Solaras says, cling to that, it'll help. Feel death, not within you, but like something malleable around you. That is how immortals feel. Anyway, we cannot spend all this time in the material plane. If you guys don't mind, I would like to take a quick 10-minute break. I'm going to have something to eat. And then we will come back and we'll have Loran's turn.
Ah! Oh boy.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye.
Oui.
We good?
Hang on, just send one message. Okay, right. So I was going to, for fun, tally up how much damage Coral took in that next round of wax. But I know where he is. So I'll leave that aside for now.
Mhm.
But as I said before, Ulster, we cannot stay with you in the Astral Sea forever, as much as I'm sure some of us would like to feel numbness from this situation. As rescue attempts are foiled, thrown back down to the carpet after the hope of returning to Sleia to bring Ulster back to life, Loran is trembling, but not from fear. He is trembling like the ground before a volcanic eruption. When you look up, you see a face burnished with anger and pain to such an extent that you've never seen before. The closest being that moment when he cast Wish in Elijah's lap. Loran
Just to clear up, Bluey's by the dragons. Ulster's on the carpet. Loran's hanging off the carpet, right?
Yes,
Where is Sharajo?
in the water.
In the water. Okay.
Loran goes and reaches over, taking Ulster in his arms again. He flies the carpet up into the air, and with his 9th level spell, taking himself and Ulster, you begin to see the air around them. Oh, fucking hell.
Hi, Jugaz.
Sorry. Let me just hold this. You begin to see the air around them shimmering into a plane of rainbow-like light. And
Can I interject since we are still telepathically bonded?
Yeah.
Like seeing Loran like, flying up instead of towards her. Selena's gonna say, I can't save him if you carry him away. And that's it.
Okay. Can you make me a persuasion check, please?
Can I assist if
Unfortunately,
I
it's only
say
on
something?
Sleer at this point.
If I say something as well, or no?
Just Sleer.
Okay.
Not for you. If Baz wants to drink my iced coffee, I can assure him that it's not going to be very tasty for him.
You never know. He might love it.
That is a dirty 20 with a 17 on the die.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay, 1 second. I think Loran with that is paralyzed with just paralyzed by pain. The carpet doesn't fly higher. Instead, it comes to land on the rocks. Just going to move that on the map. As far from Karul as possible. And, well, not as far as possible, but far from Karul. And paralyzed by choice, and Emma's iPad just dying in that moment.
Oh.
Cruel, not cruel.
Freudian slip.
Loran yells, I should take him away. I can bring him back. I've done it before. I should. And he just holds Ulster to his face. The atmosphere around them is still quivering. And Loran, almost like Karul, is glowing from within. And his 9th level spell slot is still going to take effect as he casts Prismatic Wall. And first off, I need Sleer and Cass to make me a Constitution saving throw.
What is my con? Oh, my con is
T-Rex
con.
is good.
A T-Rex. Thank you. That's great. Oh, 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 it's a dirty 20. It's a dirty 20.
19.
Wonderful. You are almost blinded by the light that radiates off of Loran's magic here. But when you recapture your vision, you see that he has encased both himself and Ulster in a sphere about 30 foot by 30 foot, which I'll put on the map, of just technicolor, kind of like a rainbow array. And that is what's happened at the moment. And he is just alive with magic. But Ulster is dead. Anyway.
Stop it! Emma!
Ulster is dead.
But Ulster is dead.
Indeed. So Alstair and Loran both, along with the carpet, are inside this.
And the longer he stays dead.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, well,
I'm just drinking my
Loran's
coffee.
not exactly making that easy, is he?
Hey, that's not my fault. I don't control him.
I do.
Yeah, exactly. I don't control her either.
Ooh. Okay, so with all of that in mind, next up in the order, we have. Oh. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know who it is.
Oh, fuck.
You know.
Because I've got the list of initiative next to me.
Oh. Oh.
Hasn't he done enough?
Haven't you done enough, girl?
Hasn't he?
Loran ignites this sphere of light around himself. The way it works, I think most of you know, is that it's got layers of damage. It's an ultimate protection. In order to pass through, you have to survive all the damage it deals to you to get to the target inside. Loran seems to be crazed to the extent that he can't even really recognize you all. He is just trapping himself and Alstair there for lack of any other option that he can see. What's all your passive perceptions?
18.
18 as well.
Bluey. As you're watching this unfold, realizing the stakes, the drop in your stomachs when you realize Loran has gone back to seeing you not as allies, but as adversaries, potentially. You see a flicker of movement just in the shadows. Taking a better look, it's hard because you can't even really put your finger on what it is. Can both of you make me perception checks, please?
Okay.
27.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 10.
10. Bluey, you try and track that shadow, but Cass, you track back the direction it came from, and you see that golden door is open a fraction wider than it was last. And from behind the rocks, Bluey, hands coming up and pulling them out of the ocean, you see Giral, fresh out of Sorellaras's mansion and entering the initiative order. He rolled to be in between Loran and Cruel.
Oh, yeah.
Supreme buffer.
You've got to put a buffer between those two. They do not get along.
No, they do not. And Giral, standing now alongside you, behind Loran, you see he holds up his hand and he says, I can bring him back. I have that power.
Bluey thinks, what do you mean? And then she realizes that he can't hear that. What do you mean?
Alstair, I can bring him back. Let me through.
Come on, Loran.
In Loran's... actually, I'm not sure if saying anything from her... Cass isn't going to say anything because she thinks that maybe Doral, as someone who's not been a part of us and isn't the enemy currently, might stand a better chance. So she's going to stay quiet.
Loran does nothing initially. And then Doral looks at you, Sleer, and says, "How much have you got left in you?"
Slia can't hear him. She's deafened currently.
He will sign it in Thieves' Cant if you speak it.
Would Undercommon, like, I know that in previous editions Drow Sign Language was a thing.
Maybe an intelligence check.
Okay. Could I advocate for advantage as Slia is a linguist?
Yes.
That's a good point.
Woo! God, you love to see the natural 20s coming in. Especially.
What did John say again? Burn your dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to burn your dice. I love those dice.
It happens even with the digital dice, like when I've been DMing. It just, I don't know.
Don't worry, Ellen. I'm also the blessed rolls. Emma's always like, no.
So, a natural 20 plus 2.
Yeah, I'd say you understand. He's asking you how much power you have left.
A fair good bit. I've been able to reserve it.
Doral nods,
Is he gonna walk through?
and he
Doral, don't. Does it kind of, with a passive insight of 21, does it look like he's gonna walk through?
he's gonna walk through.
I'd have enough to bring him back. I don't know if I have enough to bring 2 back.
Doral can bring Ulster back.
Doral just doesn't really say. He's already gone.
Jesus Christ, guys.
He's going to. And
I think we can forgive him for the whole cruel possession thing now, right?
first thing that's going to happen is he is going to make a dexterity saving throw. Something he's very good at.
On Dixie Man.
An 18 just fails. He takes 10d6 worth of fire damage.
Mm.
Hitting him for 30. At which point, Loran turns around and yells at him, "Don't come closer! Stop!" So I'll go through another.
Oh, God.
Oh,
How many walls is it?
7.
what?
19. So he's going to take
Does he have any healing potions on him?
10d6 acid damage, halved, which is going to
Wait,
be.
is he any bit rogue at all?
He's going to use. He will. He's saving that. Don't worry.
I was just gonna say because with the evasion thing of like if you succeed, if you would take half, you don't take any.
That's true. He doesn't have any rogue in him though.
Okay.
He does have healing that he can do on himself that I am saving. Do not worry. Once he
Gets through.
gets through
The gauntlet.
the gauntlet.
This is really running the gauntlet, Joel.
Yeah. So he is. Let me just check how. He's fine. Still alive. At this point, Loran says, "Don't!" And his voice kind of breaks a little, and he blinks as if he's almost in recognition. But we're going to keep going. 18, half as much. 10d6 lightning damage. Halved, so 15. Doral kind of buckles over and then looks up at the next layer and looks over at Loran.
Come on, Loran.
And Loran is going to roll the dice.
Slia just kind of calls out telepathically, Loran, please.
Slave, can you also roll a dice?
Yeah, I think Cass is also going
Is
to be
is it a D20?
Let's make this a group check. I want all of you to roll me a d20.
Can I roll?
You can also roll
Yay.
as he looks upon your dead body.
Do I add what is the check?
persuasion, right?
I'm not going to tell you the DC. It's a group check to see whether you make it to the DC.
I want a flat 18.
Oh,
Is
what
it
the
just-
check is? Yeah, it's a persuasion check.
25, I think. That is.
So we add persuasion.
Yeah,
That's a 15 from Slia.
15.
That's a 4. Bluey.
That's a 36 from Cass.
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Cass.
Yeah, can I
Yeah.
drag it up? How much can I drag it up by?
Loran looks at Jaral and looks at the rest of you and then just says, can't. And reaches out his hand and pushes through the walls, which have no effect on him, and he takes Jaral and pulls him through. And as he touches Jaral, that same kind of sheen, that rainbow sheen passes over him as well. And then you look down at yourselves, and each of you have this sort of like shimmer upon you, meaning you can pass through without being damaged at all. And all of you have that ability. Jaral makes it to the inside of the sphere, and you watch as he puts his hands down, pulls a small stone from within his armor, brushes Ulster's hair out of his face, and then presses it to his chest. Now, we will figure out exactly what's going on with that in but a moment. Because Cruel clearly will not stand for this. But he can barely stand at all, really.
You just wait until I bite him in my T-Rex form. I'm coming for that dude.
Latte cool, like, oh.
Ooh. So, it is Cruel's turn.
Mhm.
He has used his 9th level. He has used some of his strongest magic.
Strongest potions.
Trying to kill someone who's coming back.
And as he looks over and sees Jaral, you just hear him screech like a harpy. And he moves, keeps scrabbling forwards towards the eye. Turning back, he looks over his shoulders and he is just going to cast Fireball on the lot of you. Focusing it on, let me just look at the map.
Have we got an updated version?
Not yet.
Okay.
We haven't started a new round.
Okay.
Fireball focusing on Slia, Loran, Jaral, Ulster. Where's Bluey gone? Bluey's disappeared.
Probably underneath Zoltan.
I reckon you are. Yes, you are.
Ooh, you are so
Yes,
big.
you moved you're beneath Zoltan. Okay, wonderful.
Salt and pepper.
So, sorry, I need to remove a focus. Buzz is in the cage and he's asleep. Right, Sleer, he's asleep. Can you please make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, was that a?
that's the sound of that. What did not go very well.
Oh no.
That's a 6.
He says out loud, if you're so determined to fight me, then I'll make it so that none of you come back. Ever. And Sleer, as well as Droll, who succeeded, and Loran, who failed. Shooby-dooby-doo up, 86. Doesn't have high enough magic to do it more. Really much higher than
But it's fireball.
that. Yeah.
The man has fire resistance, right?
Yeah, cool. You're going to take 16 points of fire damage, and the ground around you, inclusive of the magic carpet, begin to set on fire.
Oh,
Jaral, who's already taken quite a bit from Loran's magic, looks uncomfortable, but not dead. Sleer, how are you looking?
Just
Uh-oh.
casually one away from my last legs.
Oh,
As a level
no.
19 player. But I am still standing, and that, you know what? I am impressed by that.
It's better than what I'm doing, you know?
I can still help people.
Yeah. And yourself. I would suggest you also help yourself.
Yeah, I would suggest doing that very soon.
Hmm.
For Emma, but gets in with her little
Legendary actions.
evil. Yeah, just coming in, being like, which one am I collecting next? Yes, thank you. I'll take that.
At which point, I think he's going to do this. He's going to hold to it for a while.
Oh god.
Excuse me. Yes, okay. He is going to use 3 sorcery points to summon forth a shadow. And Jaral looks over and his eyes kind of like wide and his face blanches and he says, "He's dying. He wouldn't do this otherwise." And from the shadows, a huge howling creature, some of you might know as a Hound of Ill Omen,
Yeah.
is summoned forth to protect its master. Next up in the order, we have Saracen.
Saracen!
Who is just going to dash because he's in the water. Up. No enemies in that direction, so he's going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 to be right next to Cruel. Boom. Bold and brave.
Oh god.
he gets to Karul?
No, you're right, you can't. Excuse me. Minus 30. He gets almost to Cruel. Right.
He bristles.
Bristles. God damn it. Barry. Same as usual, Cass?
Is Barry still with Odyssey, or is
Yeah.
Barry? Okay, then Barry is. Is there any enemies within reach?
Nope.
Yeah, then I guess he's just gonna meat shield.
Meat
Shield.
shield.
I use my action to meet shield.
A shield, maybe.
I assume the meat shield position.
Okay,
Ooh.
wonderful. So next up in the order we have Lorelei. Sorry guys. I know this is ridiculous, but all of the NPCs rolled at the very, very end. So it's I'm sorry.
Gives us a chance to figure out what we want to do with our next turn.
This is true.
I know what I'm doing. I'm biting Karul. Hopefully in half.
You bet. Right. Lorelei is going to use their 80 feet line to angle themselves up above Zoltan. And they are going to first try and release their fire breath. Doesn't recharge. Failing that, they're going to multi-attack. Moving down to the ground, they're going to attack Sarazer. They're going to attack.
Really?
I want to do wings. I'll do that in a second. Okay, they're going to attack Sarazer and Zoltan. So Sarazer is going to get a bite attack, which does not hit. And then Zoltan, a claw, another claw. Both hit. Doesn't look very good. You see some of the shadow like rip off and dissipate into the kind of like atmosphere around you. And then, using their legendary action, they are going to again wrap their wings around and just bat them down. And Cass, as well as Sarazer, and Bluey, I would like both of you, all three of you, sorry, to make me dexterity saving throws.
Not a T-Rex's strong point, let me just say, as they jump up and down.
Oh my
God. But it's a 19. Do-do-do-do-do. But probably not good enough.
No, beats it.
Ah, yes.
5.
I'm gonna do an average mean of all the numbers I rolled on my dice today, and I'm gonna send it to you at the end of the session, and you're gonna go, ew, that's disgustingly low. Gosh.
Lorelei is now kind of in the center of this, like, what do you call it? And the kind of basin that's been created by the shape of the sandbank. Next up in the order is another NPC.
Sorry, what happens with a failed dex?
Oh, nothing.
Uh-oh.
What
Scary.
do you mean?
Nothing.
What do
You
you
failed. Oh, sorry, I think it was a success. You're prone,
Okay, right.
and you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Alright.
Very good. Right, and then next up in the order is Odyssey and Sleer. When you look at Odyssey from where you are now, his outline is beginning to fade. And behind him, you see the pink, almost now golden light of dawn beginning to crest over the horizon line. You have to close the eye before Odyssey disappears. Make me an intelligence check, please. Anybody who sees this can also do that.
I'm just going to mute for a sec.
21.
Intelligence check.
Yeah.
19.
Okay.
3.
Bluey. Anna, what dice are you using?
No, it's a 2. It's a 2. I'm using all of my dice. They're
Oh,
all in a row here, showing their results. I can take a photo. It's. Oh. Yep, she got a 2. Yeah, she doesn't know what's happening.
hmm. It's okay, Anna.
So
It's not the worst position to be in.
for those of you who've rolled above, I'd say around 15 or 16, 15, I'll be generous. Sorry, Blue. You can tell there are 3 rounds left before the cloak is equipped. At the beginning of this fight, I rolled a d10 plus a little, obviously, which determined how long it would take. And as there have been delays with Odyssey helping you and so on, if Odyssey does not pause, remove the cloak, and start this process again, then he is only 3 rounds left. Also, at the top of the order,
It's gonna give Lara a
Ulster.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'll stay.
You feel something warm holding you. It is not cold anymore. As you come back to life with 1 HP.
Oh my god, guys! Hello. I'm alive. Ha ha ha.
Oh.
He opens his eyes.
Thoran is just buried in your shoulder, holding you, unmoving. He doesn't notice until you feel him suddenly tense at the sound of your beating heart. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I think also is just in a state of almost shock, where he kind of just reaches up to feel where Loran is and gravitate towards the warmth I think he feels around him. His hand kind of drifts over Loran.
Bluey. Actually, no, sorry. I'm almost missed Alarm.
Yeah, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna give Lala a cuddle because I deserve one.
You do.
Mm.
Where's Lala?
You downstairs?
No.
What about Baz?
I don't want to disturb him.
Go find Baz. Go
Alone.
As Karul falls in front of him, Alarm's voice reaches out. Cass, in your mind you hear, even if you close me, you know I cannot die. A god cannot die. Not like this, not killed by the likes of you, who does not even have power over your own soul. You will never be free of me. Never. Because I have you. In writing, you gave yourself to me, and no matter who else you make your deals with, I win. Even if it takes 1,000 years, I will keep you by my side as I regenerate, and I will use you. I will not die.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Cass is going to go, Alan, gods may not die, but they can be forgotten. You are going to become irrelevant. Just sand on a beach that people walk over. So fuck you and do your worst.
Okay. Cass, can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes,
Make me a fuck you check.
but that's with my +4. Thank you very much. Oh, that was cocked. Sorry, one moment. I don't think
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. Not my best. Oh, okay. 18, but there's no pluses, so that's just straight.
18. It's not gay enough, I'm afraid.
It's not gay enough. How dare you? If Cass is rolling it, it's definitely gay enough.
So, it is true. Cass, you're going to take 72 points of force damage as the sand begins to erode away at the skin of your T-Rex.
How much? 70.
2.
72.
You are like Karul almost, slightly falling apart. And interesting, in spite of the pain and the kind of discomfort that you feel as your body begins to kind of disintegrate, you hear Karul scream in pain as his body as well collapses in a little more, leaving less and less of him behind.
As a reaction, can you cast any spells while you're on polymorph? If it's a reaction?
Unfortunately not, no.
Okay.
But hey, if you hadn't done this, you would have been dead again.
Yeah, this is true. So
you wouldn't have been able to be restored to life either. So anyway.
Oh dear.
Oh
God.
If you would have been dead.
Oh, okay. Well,
it would have reduced you to 0 HP.
Haha, stuck on that.
But you can't do this. He can't do this again this round. So anyway, as that kind of falls over you, you all hear this screaming from Karul. You realise the magic that was sustaining him is being channeled back to its source as Alan fights to kill you all.
I am gonna have to head off.
Prevent you from closing his eye. That's fine.
Relatively soon. How much longer are we?
I think we're going to stop in about 10 minutes. If that's
okay. All right. I'll stop.
You can just listen in if you want to. If you need to do anything else.
Yeah, 2:30.
You probably If you want me to, I can just Jaeger you for the remainder of this.
No, I'll go because it's close to my turn anyway. We'll see. Right, let's keep going.
Okay, cool. So, next up in the order we have Bluey. Bluey, what do you want to do?
Can Bluey make it to Alan in 60 feet?
Yes. Hang on. Let me just get rid of the Shadow Dragon. So, Boots of Haste. And Bluey. God damn it, why can't I ever find Bluey? 5, 10, 15. So that actually takes 30 because it's half movement.
Is she on land or no?
She was in the water for about 10 feet. So actually I'll say it was 20. And then the rest is going to be regular movement. How much movement do you have in this round?
So if Boots of Haste is still on, there'd be 40 feet left.
Okay,
Is that
5,
enough?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm just going to send you guys this new map so that you can see.
Mhm.
Bluey, this is as far as you can get.
No, I'll copy it again, Aylin.
Thank you. My phone is on the charger.
Okay. You can see yourself
Thank
right
you.
next to Cruel there.
Ah, it's
Oh,
exactly where
hello.
you want to be.
So you
Ah.
could Cruel if you want to.
Mm.
Or you could do any kind of range within 30 feet of Alarm.
What does the Hound of Ill Omen do?
Oh, we'll see.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Oh, sorry. I didn't put that on the map. Hang on.
Oh,
Excuse me.
sure,
because I know
can-
that was an
I can.
option. But I never used it
Mhm.
when I played Cruel, so
Yeah.
What should she do? Does anyone in their mind mention the fact that Odyssey's going really soon?
Oh yeah. I think Cass would. Sorry, because Cass did notice, and I had got the information. Yeah, she would be like, he's always gone. We need to get rid of Alan ASAP.
Okay,
Rocky.
all right. Right.
So,
ASAP Play Night.
Okay.
thank you guys for reminding me about the Hound.
Yeah. Thanks, Lily.
So actually, a moment.
You've given Emma more fuel to kill us all.
I wanted to give Cruel a fighting chance.
I have a little idea.
Wonderful. So, Bluey, aura of misfortune. Bad luck radiates from the beast in an aura of 60 feet. Okay, so you are now at disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. And as a reaction of coming within 10 feet of Cruel, it is going to bite you.
Ah!
Okay. So I have to. Does it get advantage against me or?
No, but it got a 30.
Yep, that's hits. Christ.
Wonderful.
I didn't know Cruel was a dog person.
Well, when you say hound, the way I see
It's like a demodog.
Hang on, I'll show you. I've put it in the chat. So let me just hang on.
Which chat?
I'm putting it in the
When-
chat with the hound of
Oh,
it.
I still have my crown of stars. They wouldn't have gone.
Non-con?
Oh, so
They're not a concentration. Once they're there, they're there. So I think, and I didn't technically die. So, I forgot. Yay.
It's just
Yes.
shadowy.
Jesus.
Yes, you. So
Oh,
Cass is now,
big dog.
Cass is now like a really cool T-Rex with a crown of stars still.
Were the moats like going around her head like a cartoon, like knocked out sort of thing?
Yes, that is how I picture them exactly.
Oh. How damage do I get? Oh,
I'm
the
not.
dog's not.
You know what? Sure, why not? Fine.
What?
You know polymorph better than I do.
Yes.
It's a spell effect that would still be active. Is it still active in polymorph?
Yeah.
Stunning! You have a crown of stars.
As long as they're not both concentration, then it's
around your T-Rex.
I
Beautiful.
do.
Right. Anyway, so Bluey, it got 30.
Yep.
So that's going to be 10, 19, 26, 20. That's going to be 32 points of piercing damage as it jumps on you and rips through, of which 6 is necrotic. So hard.
Hang on, 32.
32 points of damage, of which 6 is necrotic. The rest is piercing. Excuse me.
But I'm resistant to all of it.
16. Great. Bluey, you've
Yes.
moved. You're next
Yes.
to now a devil dog and Karul, who is made of mulch.
It doesn't seem so on the map.
Where are you?
Is there any way to have Alan, the devil dog, and Karul all in a line within 30 foot of length and maybe 5 foot of width?
I don't think so.
Well, she'll go for Karul and Alan.
Okay, cool. So I will move you back slightly because I put you a bit too far.
Okay.
There you
No,
go.
that's right. I didn't tell you what I was going to do.
No, it's fine. Okay,
Karul,
right. You are now in a line with Karul and Alan.
I think her eyes are going to just go very wide and she's going to open her mouth
Yeah!
and does a breath weapon, and so that I believe is a 17 dex save that Karul and Alan need to do.
So Karul is on the ground, so he's going to do it at disadvantage. 3, no.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's mulch. Okay, so that's going to be, I think, a fail on both. So Karul got a 10, and Alan got a 13.
They don't hit. 17. Lightning. They take that much damage on a failed save. All right. 5d6. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That is so 10, 15, and then 20. That's 22 lightning.
Beautiful.
22 lightning damage.
The eye crackles and it is closed now. Much narrower than before. Let me just adjust the map.
Let me just double check if I can't do anything with a nice little bonus action. I don't think I can. Breath weapon.
Eye, previously 20 foot in diameter, is now only 10 foot in diameter. And Karul's lower chest, from like here down, disintegrates.
Ha 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 ha. And you wait until my round, Karul. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm very excited. Yes.
Boo spits out a fuck you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Sleia, it is now your go. If there's nothing else you want to do, Anna. Sleia, what do you want to do?
Okay, so can I get? I just need to have I need to be within a 30-foot radius of the everybody in the prismatic sphere.
You can even go in if you want to.
I know I can't get to Bluey.
Sadly, no.
But if I just move up, I think like 5 feet, I can get everybody in the sphere and Cass and myself.
Ooh.
Okay.
So Sleia is casting. You just see this like borealis wave flow out from Sleia as a 7th level mass cure wounds.
Nice.
Heals everybody for 41 HP.
Oh, my T-Rex is looking very good again.
Also, you have 42 hit points.
I have 42 hit points now, guys.
The round looks way better.
Plus 41 or plus 42?
Plus 41, and
I was on 1 HP.
Because of the, if y'all see the picture in the chat, that 0 means that Sleia doesn't expend the spell slot.
Nice. Great.
Sleia looks directly at Karul, and just gives him the bird.
Beautiful. Alan is going to use his legendary action.
Oh.
At the end of Sleia's turn to move. Hang on. Away from Cass's direction.
No, I don't allow it.
5.
Do you get attack of opportunity?
No. Then there's no movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Well, God damn it! Where can he go? can't go. Okay,
Just let me get him, Emma, please. Come on.
that's fine. You know what? Actually, he is going to. What he's going to do is he's going to go up towards Odyssey. And
So he's going to come towards Cass.
He is coming towards Cass boldly and bravely. He is going to try to disintegrate Odyssey.
Can
No.
Cass can put herself in the way?
Slia could have given him that 41 as well.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I assumed you did.
Cool.
Odyssey was missing 83 hit points. So I will just update that to be 8. There we go. Great. Okay. So anyway,
What?
Odyssey is going to attack.
I can't cast counterspell, can I?
Not as a.
Damn it.
But you can drop the polymorph, but you'd be back at 8 HP.
No, it's I can't risk that.
The motes don't go out as a reaction, do they? It's like a bonus action or something, or
It's a bonus action, yeah.
So Odyssey rolled a 6 on the dice. Not going to be enough. So let's do it's going to have to be 13 d6 because you cast it at higher spells.
Basil, are you having a good time, man?
It's 49 points of damage
Thank God you healed him.
plus 40.
Oh my God, how many hit points does Odyssey have?
He's on his last legs.
oh my
Odyssey
god.
falls to his knees, his body collapsing under the weight of the cloak
Come on, Odyssey.
and Alarm's gaze. He has about 10 hit points left. So, you would know that just from looking at him. He needs to survive 2 more rounds.
Well, it's Cass's turn next, right?
Yeah. Cass, you're up next.
Right, can I position myself so I can get both? I'm going to be biting Alan. Well, Alan. I'm going to refer to him hereby by Alan. I'm going to be biting Alan, and I'm going to be tailing Karul. Can I get both of them?
Yes, you can move between them if you like. So you can bite and then tail.
Yeah.
Does bite involve a grapple? Just to
It
check.
does. Yeah.
Okay, then tail Karul first and then bite.
Okay, so Karul is
Everything
20.
you do to Karul is at disadvantage because of the hound.
Okay, so that's fine. So 23 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And then that is, oh my God, let me get my bloody finger. I don't know how many. 8 plus 6 plus 2 plus 7. So that's 23 points on Karul.
And the hound is going to use. Oh no, it's used a reaction this time already. Never mind.
Haha,
23
on that hound. 23 on Karul.
Gotcha.
And then on Alarm, it is a. Oh God. Oh, very good. 29
29. Did you do that at disadvantage?
on Alan.
It's whenever you're within 10 feet of the Hound of Ill Omen.
Okay.
I thought you said like 60 feet.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
60 feet. It is. Let me read this thing.
Oh,
So,
I'm
no,
sorry.
thanks for reminding me again. You're helping. Beast of Ill Omen has Aura of Misfortune. Bad luck radiates with a 60-foot radius. Hostile creatures in that area have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Great, cool, thank you.
Disadvantage was dirty 20.
Brilliant.
So do I get him?
You Get him!
Okay, so the bite is going to be. Oh my god, that was such a. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Is Cassidy
That was-
Both. She's using multi-attack.
Okay, so on the bite, it's
Mhm.
8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 8 plus 7. 47 piercing damage.
Understood?
Then I'm sending a smote at Alan or Alan.
A
Will
moat
be
of
12.
so is that a
So it's a
do you
bonus
need
action.
to get a chance to save from
No,
that?
it's a bonus action and it's just automatic.
Hang on.
I think, or do I? No, it's an attack. Do I have to?
You've rolled a hit for it.
That doesn't sound right. Let me just check.
Ranged to spell attack. Let me hang on. So disadvantage.
And you're doing that at disadvantage anyway because
Yeah.
you're not in range.
Oh, doesn't matter. They were both fucking amazing. It's an 18 and a 19, so it's a 30 and a 29.
Okay.
29. Wow.
So, and that is also not bad. Let me have a look. So,
Holy shit, well done.
so that's 34, but I do believe because he's resistant and it's radiant, it's doubled. So that was 68 radiant damage on top of the, what did I say for the, it was 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 7. Let me just do it again because I've forgotten it.
47. I think you said.
So that's totaling 115 for Alan.
Okay.
Wow.
And he's grappled.
Okay. Hang on.
From the bite?
Yeah. It means I can't bite another target, but he is grappled. He can do a strength save to get out of it, but he is grappled, and it was 115 damage to him.
Let me just check.
And as she's kind of biting him, she's kind of gonna say like irrelevant around him. Irrelevant.
Okay. Great. God, I wish I'd killed Cass. Anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really glad I picked this like the Crown of Stars because they are, especially because he's got the like his radiant damage that's coming in clutch this game. I'm very pleased.
Okay. So next up then in the order.
How is he looking? Like,
We'll get to that.
okay.
With his eye, that's how he's looking.
I am probably gonna have to dip because it's 2:30 and I've got
We're going to
quite a
just
lot
finish
to
this
do.
round, but you've got nothing. Yeah, you can go if you want to.
I am gonna dip. I've got a shit ton to do. Love and leave you all. Please let me know how it goes. And
Thank you.
Thank
love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So next up in the order, Ulster. You're awake. And Loran knows it.
Yes. Ulster will. I just want to check something with you, Emma.
Mhm.
If I heal, I can't use another spell, even if it's a bonus action, correct?
Mic off for a second.
Right. Ulster will stand up shakily and kind of place his hand on Loran and Jaral's shoulders to kind of steady himself. And as a free action, he's going to say to both of them, so I think they're the only two in the sphere at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay. You need to heal Odyssey, or it's all for nothing. And then he's going to start walking through the walls.
Okay.
And as he does, his form is going to warp and shift and then grow huge as he shape changes into a dragon.
Dragon! Right. Let me just.
Also, I just want to say, for aesthetic purposes, I have decided
It's
he
silver.
has a really big burn scar across his neck now,
I'm
even when he came back,
Mm.
and so does the dragon.
Mm.
You gotta have something, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Very metal.
First dragon has a little beard. Okay, so silver dragon.
And he just roars.
Nice.
Suck it, Cruel.
Beautiful.
I'm just putting the dragon on the board. God, that's so annoying. Because it's silver, its wings get cut out. There we go. Better.
The dragon can also change shape.
You can change from Ulster to
Yeah, he can.
dragon to Ulster to dragon.
He can do physical things and magical things. And guess what, guys? Guess what? He has almost 250 HP.
Whee!
Should have put him down for good, Cruel.
He tried.
He did try very hard. Applause.
Right. New map incoming with a dragon on it.
3 dragons.
3 dragons.
It's a real Dungeons and Dragons now, guys.
Where's the dungeon? Ah!
Anywhere can be a dungeon if you put your mind
Trying
to
hard.
Right, so
it.
hello, friends.
Look at that sexy silver dragon.
Bigger even than Alan's eye, Ulster transforms into a silver dragon. Loran blushes. Ulster.
Yep.
From this height, you can see Karul partially disintegrated, almost dead.
I didn't use all my movement, did I?
No,
5.
you used like 10 feet of movement.
How far can the dragon go? Hold on. Yes, it's 40 feet away. Big steps.
You can fly.
I can fly, which means I can go 80 feet, so screw everything I was just contemplating. He flies over, and as he's landing, he's going to make sure to just crush Karul under one of his paws.
Okay. Unfortunately, you will be doing everything at disadvantage because you know that's
That's fine.
open. However, we have to see whether or not Karul actually can survive this crushing. He's resistant to non-magical attacks, so please just make this. We're going to make this force damage.
Yeah.
And he's going to make a dexterity save,
Okay.
and you're going to make a strength check
A disadvantage.
at disadvantage. So if he can roll out of the way, then he'll not be crushed to death,
Okay.
but it's going to be a roll off. So dexterity for Karul, wait a second before you say what yours is, is 13. 13.
So disadvantage on the strength check. I rolled 25.
Okay, how large?
Beautiful.
Huge.
He is large. I think then I'll put this at the same as your primal savagery cantrip. Would that be 4d8 or 4d10?
Let me check.
Primal Savagery is D10s.
Yeah, I think it's a D10, and All Stars is currently. I have to scroll all the way back. Yeah, 4d10.
Okay,
it's
would you roll
yeah,
that for me, please?
the damage.
Yeah.
That's a D10. That's a D10.
Lily Michael Frosson.
Michael. Here you go. Oh god. What was the other one? So a 9 and a 10 for the first one. 6 and a 2. Hold on.
19 plus 8 is 27.
27 points of damage. Crushing damage.
Another second. $27 points of crushing damage total.
Yeah. Prayer circle for Crawl's death.
How do you want to do this?
Is this to as well?
Yeah.
I think as Ulster just like lands, he traps Karul under his claws, and he leans down and he says absolutely nothing as he just disintegrates him.
Crawl's mouth opens as if to scream, but there's so little of him left that he's just crumbled like a sand castle beneath your hands. He returns to Mulch.
Flick it away.
The hound disappears back into shadow. And overhead, also, you see dragons flying and swirling. Their attention has been caught by your appearance, by the 3 dragons, all of whom have made this point their resting place. A gold, a red, a blue. The red smaller than the rest, the gold large, with wings tattered. Skeletal, well-fed, large, small, equine, and otherwise. Feathered dragons even, crystal. All types fly overhead, some even land within the ship graveyard, make it their nest. Water dragons dive beneath the ocean seas, only to reappear, their spines curling over the waves around you. And they watch as all of you face off with one final foe, Zoltan occupying R'hllorelith the dragon, drawing her attention, preventing her from fighting the lot of you. Alan's eye as dawn rises. And I think, just for the sake of time, even though it's the middle of initiative order, the rest is literally just NPCs, so I'm happy to leave it there for today.
Okay.
Thank you guys, and I know it's a bit of a weird timing, and Anna, I know it's probably quite late for you.
It's a Sunday night. It's fine.
Okay, I love you.
Thanks, guys.
That was
Don't forget to save Odyssey.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank
Otherwise,
you.
we'll have to play the Tiamat campaign, and I don't know what to do about that. But yeah.
No.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love
Very
y'all.
glad
Thank
you brought-
you.
Thank you.